Dr. John Lott, once again, picking apart the false narrative of mass shootings in America with a brand new article. It says the Biden administration and the mainstream media, quote, broadly defines mass shootings to include any case with 4 or more people being shot. The left is still on a push to take away your guns and infringe on your Second Amendment rights. No question. Joining me now, the writer of that article, the president of the Crime Prevention Research Center, Dr. John Lott. John, they will twist the facts every single time and every single chance they get, won't they?
Yeah, well, I mean, you have something like the Uvalde shooting or the Lewiston, Maine shooting, and President Biden or the media will go and say, we'll talk about that and then say, we've had 600 of these over the course of the last year. And the problem is they're really comparing apples to oranges. You have something like the Lewiston, Maine shooting where 18 people were killed, or the Uvalde where 21 people were murdered. But the cases that they're talking about are from this gun control group, the Gun Violence Archive, where they technically define it as 4 or more people injured, but they actually have instances where 3 people have been injured. Not even all those necessarily are shot. Somebody may be hurt in some other way at the event. But there's an even bigger problem with it, and that is about 80% of these cases are instances involving drug gangs fighting against each other over drug turf. And the vast majority of the remaining ones are instances involving things like robberies, other types of crimes. And I'm not trying to take anything away from gangs fighting against each other over drug turf. It's horrible when anybody gets hurt in any type of situation. But the problem is they want people to think that these 600 other cases are just like the big mass public shooting that they're talking about, where somebody is going into a public place, with the sole desire to go and kill people. If you define a mass public shooting as kind of the traditional definition of 4 or more people killed, murdered in a public place, not part of some other type of crime like a gang fight over drug turf or an armed robbery, you're talking about something since 1998 of between 3 and 8 of those cases a year. On average, it's a little over 3 of these cases on average a year. Is 3 plus too many? Yeah. But, the big thing is also is the causes and solutions for these types of mass public shootings like Uvalde or Lewiston, Maine, are very different from the causes and solutions for things like a gang fight over drug turf. And, you look at the media coverage.
You see those in Chicago. I mean, I can look up on the internet right now and find several shootings that would qualify as mass public shootings that you'll never hear about in the nightly news. Just so far this year, in the new year, in Chicago already, right? They don't count them the same.
Right. Well, I mean, you'll hear a news report saying there are 28 shootings in Chicago over the weekend, but they don't go through the individual cases there. And the reason why they don't is because they're almost all gang fights over drug turf that's there. And so, look, I mean, you go and you look at the mass public shootings that we have, and what you find is that people are trying to kill people to get media coverage. You have overwhelmingly individuals who want to commit suicide, but they want to have people know that they were here. So they try to pick venues where they know victims can't go and defend themselves, something like a gun-free zone that's there, and anybody
and
who
murder
reads,
others.
They're dying.
Yeah, to me, it's so twisted, John, to hear that. But again, everything that they do on the government level, whether it's Joe Biden or anybody else, is to try to twist that and target law-abiding gun owners like me, for example, by saying these terrible things happen, so therefore we have to take away guns. I got to leave it there for today, John, but come back soon. We'll talk more. Dr. John Lott from the Crime Research Center. Thank you, sir. For 10 years, Patriot Mobile has been America's only Christian conservative wireless provider. They've been great supporters of this program, which is why I'm proud to partner with them. Patriot Mobile offers dependable nationwide coverage, giving you the ability to access all 3 major networks, which means you get the same coverage you've been accustomed to without funding the left. When you switch to Patriot Mobile, you're sending the message that you support free speech, religious freedom, the sanctity of life, Second Amendment, and, of course, our military. The 100% U.S.-based customer service team makes switching easy. Keep your number, keep your phone. Their team will help you upgrade, too, if you need. Just go to patriotmobile.com/RAV or call 972-PATRIOT. Get free activation when you use the offer code RAV, R-A-V. Join me. Make the switch today. That's patriotmobile.com/RAV or call 972-PATRIOT. Now you're off and running. After the break, we'll have a story that reminds us of how wonderful America is, plus your answers to our America's Voice. Question of the day: why do you think Hunter Biden has finally agreed to sit for closed-door depositions? Oh, why is he doing it? We'll talk about it straight ahead on America's Voice Live.